that good? Hello everyone, it's siu-yee. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to go over how my June budget went, and then I want to show you what I'm budgeting for in July. I actually already created my July budget, so I'm just going to show you where I'm allocating my money this month, and I'll show you what you can expect from my budget once I earn more income throughout the month, and some big changes that happened recently. So stay tuned. My friend Amy just texted me, oh my god, okay, so I've slept and now I feel alive. Renegade is so good, right? Okay, love her. She had an overnight shift when the song Renegade featuring Taylor Swift came out. So we didn't get to have our like 12 a.m. listening party. And if you haven't heard the song yet, go listen to it. Okay, so this is my June budget. Really, nothing has changed from the beginning. Emergency fund is there. No investing right now. I did spend $178 in giving, the majority of which is for Father's Day. I spent $117 at restaurants, and that was literally just one meal for me and my two best friends because we decided to go on a beach trip near the end of the month that I hadn't exactly planned earlier. So, you know, they paid for parking, they paid for gas, they paid for beach passes. One of them brought breakfast and drinks, so I felt like I hadn't contributed yet, so I just got lunch for all of us at this really nice Italian restaurant. I actually really enjoyed the food, and I'm probably gonna go back there if I go back to that beach. Drinks. Okay, this is non-alcoholic drinks. Please let me know why I film when someone is mowing the lawn every single time. Anyway, drinks are for Graham Stephan's Bankroll Coffee, as you guys know from the last budget video. Got some cash back, which is why it's not $43 and something cents. Spent $125 on gas. And the $20.78 that's still available there is just money that hasn't been debited from my checking account yet, but I paid for that on my credit, and I paid that card off this morning, so hopefully that transaction will take place soon. Next up, I spent $277.20 in tolls because again, I've been going into work a little bit more often. I had to get the tires in my car looked at because I got some like maintenance tire warning on my dashboard and I didn't know what it was. I don't think it was the tire pressure. I took it to the shop. They said that one of the tires was wearing out more than the other, so they just did like the tire rotation, and that cost $68, so no big deal. But I thought that I would have to dip into my emergency fund. Thankfully I did not have to do that. Phone, I spent $56.25 on my phone, $18.48 on movies, so that's just Netflix twice because they like charge me at the end of the month, and the credit card transaction went through in June and I hadn't budgeted for 2 transactions in 1 month, so that's just kind of like an odd transaction. It's really for the following month. It's really for July, but I paid it in June. I got an annual subscription to a backup cloud storage service. I got a password manager and I got a VPN. Nothing on education. I spent $77 for Percy's vet, and I think some of it is for his insurance. I spent $185.90 on clothes. Some of it I had actually planned because I got merch from Yes Theory's brand Seek Discomfort, and I love it. It's so comfortable. And I also had to get, what else did I get? Oh yeah, I also got a pair of jeans because I had gotten rid of so many of my jeans during my KonMari method video because I don't know, they were stretched out weirdly in some areas, so I was just like, I'm not gonna wear these jeans like this. So I ended up donating them, and I was left with very few jean options. So I got myself a pair of jeans for a very affordable price, and they were Levi's. Like, I'm so happy with them. And then last week at work, I was wearing different pants, and I somehow got a stain on them. And in the area where there's like a belt loop, I kind of just pulled it up just to like pull up my pants a little more, and they ripped. They ripped. So I was at work with a stain on my pants and a rip, and I decided that I had to get new pants. So I went to get new pants around like 10 a.m. Went to the mall. The mall does not open until 11 a.m. Started getting a little nervous, and then I went to Old Navy, which happened to be very nearby, and I got myself 2 pairs of jeans because they were buy one get one 50% off. And I would not say that I love the jeans I got, but you know what? They worked, the store was open, it saved me. Thank you, Old Navy. Thank you so much. That's why I spent $185 on clothing this month. I spent $1736 on business for YouTube. I believe I spent this on index cards. I spent $1 on self-employment tax because I actually spent a lot of money on my YouTube business, so technically I didn't have a profit for this quarter, and so I didn't really have taxable income. But I got nervous about not sending any money in quarterly taxes to the IRS, so I just decided to send $1. So that's what that was. And I also did not realize that the second quarter tax deadline was in June. I thought it was July. But it was in June, so I did send it on time, but it was just $1. Next up, Taylor, $0, because she did not end up dropping 1989 Taylor's version. She ended up announcing Red Taylor's version, which, if you don't know, that is literally my favorite Taylor Swift album. Well, it's going to be. Red Taylor's version is my favorite Taylor Swift album. I don't know what's on it yet, but I know that it's going to be. Miscellaneous, $110.25. What did I spend that on? Oh, Hershey Park. I went to Hershey Park by myself. Yep, that was fun. $4,300 towards debt, and I still had 16 cents roll over to the next month because I guess I got cash back. Now we're in July. I am currently $64,035.02 in debt. Now I want to show you what I'm gonna budget for this month in July. Nothing different about this area. Nothing for giving, nothing for food, a lot for transportation. So I'm budgeting $150 on gas, $277.20 on tolls like last month, $200 on maintenance because I have to get my car an oil change again. Actually, I'm getting it right now. They just called me. I have to go pick up my car. I hope it's gonna be $200 or less. I'm gonna find out soon. I just don't want it to be $700 again. Don't let it be $700. $57 for phone. Nothing for these annual subscriptions, nothing for education. I actually spent $60 on grooming for Percy today. And then I also needed to buy Percy the flea and tick collar for this month and the next 8 months. So that's $60 there as well. Yesterday was July 1st, by the way, and I already spent $104 on clothes. I just wanted these two tops that I really wanted. Actually, this is one of them, duh. This is from Aritzia, and I've always wanted to shop there because only rich kids shop there, and like, I really wanted the bodysuits, okay? You know, just a little bit of, you know, healthy lifestyle inflation for you, okay? I want to feel good, and I really want to try to kind of replace the clothes that I threw out with like simpler pieces that will last me longer and not as many clothing articles, you know, because my closets are full. You guys saw that, if you guys saw it. If not, you can go watch that video. But yeah, I just got 2 shirts for $104. Little me would freak out about that. Like, there's really no reason why I should be spending that much money on clothes, on 2 clothing articles to be exact, but I can do that. So I did it. Nothing for work, nothing for business, nothing for self-employment tax. $13 for Miss Taylor Swift because she's actually featuring on 2 songs on Big Red Machine's new album, as I mentioned before. And so love Renegade as well. Shout out to Amy because she also loves Renegade. And I can't wait to hear Birch, and I want to listen to it in the car on my phone. And since I don't have any music streaming services that I pay for, I just bought the whole album because Birch is album only, and I have a feeling it's gonna be a good song. So that's why I'm budgeting $13 for her. $100 for miscellaneous because I don't know what'll come up. I may be invited somewhere, maybe not, but just because things are reopening and people have decided to invite me places, I'm just gonna leave that there just in case. And yesterday I actually sent $1,000 towards my student loan, so technically I'm only $63,000 in debt, but as of the beginning of the month I was 64, so that number is still correct. And I only really report the number at the very beginning of the month to stay consistent. But yeah, that's why I have $238.46 available to send with the current paycheck that I got. That's my budget. I want to go over my net worth and everything else. So this is my debt payoff chart right now. There's definitely been a continuation of that dramatic decrease in debt because in June I didn't really contribute as much as I typically do. And so I am very excited for that. So far I've actually paid $82,094.31. That is so much money. I'm so happy I'm doing this. Next up is my net worth. So currently, my net worth is negative $42,054.38. That is a change of $4,164.44. Very big leap. You know, I'm gonna keep this going, and actually, it's gonna be a little bit more dramatic than this. So here's the big news, and I'm just gonna say this now. A lot of you may or may not agree with this, and that's okay because it's my plan. But at the same time, it's something that I personally did not really agree with for a while, but I guess being a little bit selfish, now I'm thinking maybe it is a good idea. So this is what's going on. If any of you watched the video about my mom paying off her car and essentially being consumer debt free, in that video I talked about my mom funding her Roth IRA, contributing to her 403b, finally investing, and sending extra payment towards the house mortgage. And that's still a very big, very important goal for us. You know, my mom and I, we are a team. She's my best friend. I'm so happy that I get to like kind of share our financial journeys, and I'm so happy that I was able to help her pay off so much of that debt, you know, without contributing any of my own money at all. Now that she's at this point and she has been contributing extra payments towards the mortgage and that balance is going down, I decided to kind of recalculate what would happen if we both attacked the mortgage at the same time, or if we both attacked my student loans at the same time and then made minimum payments on whichever the other loan is. My mom, from day one, back in May 2018, has offered to help me pay off my student loans. This was back when she was in debt. She was making minimum payments on like 8 different credit accounts. It meant a lot to me, obviously, but at that time, A, I didn't really know much about finances, and B, I didn't really want to add to this burden and of minimum payments. Even though I didn't really know the amount of debt that my parents had at the time, I knew that, you know, taking their money was not something that I wanted. So I just want to say that literally my mom has always offered to help me pay off my loans because she's my mom and that's what moms do, or at least that's what my mom does, and I love her for it. She is an angel. Even before paying off the car, she always said, you know, let me just help you with the student loans, let me just help you, and I said no. Because I was also, as many of you know, a huge like Dave Ramsey follower, and I do still follow a lot of those financial principles, and one of them really has to do with not borrowing money from your family members or anything like that. I never felt like taking money or borrowing money was the best idea in any situation, but again, my mom and I are a team, and even if she helped pay off my student loans, she does not expect me to pay her back. Obviously, that's not how I roll, and I would totally pay her back or help her pay off the mortgage. In fact, that was what the original plan was, if you guys didn't get the hint. I was not very subtle about it, but I said something along the lines of, if my parents were to try to pay off the mortgage on their own, it would take them around 6 to 8 years to pay it off. And I was always planning to help them pay off the mortgage. However, that was originally when I thought that I would pay off my student loans on my own and then fully fund my Roth, start contributing to my 401k again, and then with whatever money I had left over, I would help them pay off the mortgage, hopefully by 2024. So that was always something that I wanted to do. The only change now is that instead of working on these 2 loans separately until I pay off my student loans, my mom will just make minimum payments on the mortgage, and then any extra income or money she has, she will send towards my student loans so we can pay them off faster, and then we will double up on the mortgage payment. And I think that'll also be paid off a little quicker, not much. I think the payoff date would still be in 2024, but the good thing about that is that there's a little less risk. Although you're building equity on mortgage payments, for me there's a lot of risk in having a student loan payment. And since, you know, I'm a part of this household, if something happens to anyone who's working and, you know, generating a lot of income, the other person will obviously end up taking care of the bills or whatever, and that will be really hard if you have this huge student loan payment and a huge mortgage payment at the same time. So in an effort to mitigate the possibility of that, we're gonna try to eliminate my student loans because they have a lower balance, and honestly the interest on my loans is very similar to the interest on the mortgage, so it's really not that big of a deal. The mortgage payment is slightly higher, but either way, the house is still worth way more than what's left on the mortgage. So if anything happens, there is equity in the house that can be recovered. That can be earned if the house were sold. Obviously, we don't want to get to that point ever, but logically, it makes sense to eliminate the student loan debt and then pay off the house very quickly after that. So that's the current plan. I'm a little weary of saying, let me know what you think in the comments, but let me know what you think in the comments. So just keep it light. So with this new plan, I will be debt-free, hopefully, by April 2022. Which is like 5 months ahead of schedule. I actually don't really think that it's hit me yet, but you know, I'm so happy to have this opportunity where, you know, I can have my parents helping me and we're both working towards this goal, and then I can, you know, obviously pay them back for everything that they've done for me by helping them pay off the mortgage. Which is also not a bad idea, and not to be morbid, but I'm an only child, so it's basically paying my share of something that's hopefully not soon coming to me. So I've lived in this house rent-free and I'm finally gonna help pay for it once my loans are done. I think what's gonna happen is she'll deposit the money in my account and then I'll just send it to my lender. So you'll see that in my budget videos moving forward. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot of money towards student loans each month. So I'm really excited and I'm really nervous for it. But yeah, that's the case right now. Hope you guys enjoyed, and again, let me know what you think in the comments. Just don't be mean, please. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel for more related content. Thanks. Hello? Okay, great. Could I come pick it up in like 30 minutes, or are you closing soon? Okay, great. Thank you.